Hi everyone, welcome to the Chimera character series. In this first part, I will show you the general sculpting and combining of mesh parts, including combining the heads and the tail to the body, and we'll be doing general sculpting and blocking in detail. In future videos, we will discuss rigging, possibly retopology, texture painting, hair particles, and a whole lot of other fun. To start off modeling the body, I add Metaballs to the scene and move, scale, rotate, and duplicate the Metaballs to make the shape of the body that I like in general. Here you can see that process. Metaballs are easy to work with because they will automatically connect to each other. And then, as you saw, I converted the Metaballs to a mesh. Here I'm deleting half of the mesh so that I can mirror it, and after mirroring I'm fixing the seam so we don't have any goofy artifacting at the middle of the character. Now I'm in sculpt mode, and I added a bunch of detail just by using the Dino Topo setting, and I set the detail resolution pretty high. So at this point, I just use sculpting tools to push and pull the mesh around to start to get the shape I want. I started off trying to assume I would use lion feet on the back there, but then I remembered I wanted to do some like goat hooves on the back, so I will change that here in a second. And then I modeled the front feet a little bit weird, I would say, but we'll come back and fix that later. The first part of this process here is really just for getting general details set up. Here you can see I'm making the rear hooves. And at this point, the body's nowhere near where it needs to be, but it's set up in general, so I wanted to start placing the heads and the tail, and then I can sculpt the body to fit the head and make sure everything is scaled properly. And as I go, I just add additional details, and there's no real rhyme or reason to the order. I just add little bits and pieces as I think I need to. So here I'm planning on boolean combining the heads to the body, and the best way to do that is to make sure that the meshes are entirely intersecting each other, so Blender will know how to make one nice easy seam to connect the two pieces. So I will show you the boolean combining here in just a second. I've just added a bunch of general muscle, and the right side where the ram head is going to be a little more beefy than the left side. So the last preparations before combining all the pieces, I just make sure that the mesh of the body is thick enough to completely cover any gaps that the meshes for the heads or the tail have at the ends where they are combined with the body. Here you can see that I'm using the sculpt tools to make sure and close any gaps where the meshes will touch each other at the heads and the tail. And now it's time to use the boolean modifier to combine the pieces. And I do this one pair at a time, so one head to the body, then one head to the body, and then the tail to the body. And doing this using the union method creates a copy of the original parts, which I save in a just in case backup collection in Blender. And then to fix the seams, after moving and hiding the old pieces, I use the Sculpt tools to simplify the geometry, use the smooth and drawing tools to change the shape so that it ties in better with between the two pieces. So once the body is set up, we can start to add some color just to see what it'll look like. So I've just added an image texture to the entire body. This way I can paint some color on, and in future videos we'll color this with more realistic looks using a stencil and an image, and we'll paint the image directly onto the mesh. But for now you can see that there's a lot of problems. The UVs, which you're seeing now, are overlapping, and that's going to create huge issues later. But for now, this is what it looks like. General sculpting is done. In future videos, we'll be doing a lot of other fun stuff, a lot of hair rigging, setting up eyes, how to parent all of that stuff together. So watch for the next parts really soon. Thanks for watching, and please consider hitting all those magical YouTube buttons. Thank you.